Question number 12, Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Immigration and asks, is he concerned about...
Order. Would the member start his question again? Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
Is he concerned about the level of illegal job selling taking place according to reports on Campbell Live this week?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, naturally, I am concerned, as I would be about any potential breach of immigration law. In the terms of the show on Campbell Live, it was certainly compelling TV, very good investigative journalism, but for Immigration New Zealand, nothing new, who were aware of these cases since last year and have an active investigation underway.
You did nothing. Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary question, Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
What actions is the Minister taking to increase the number of migrants and others coming forward who have been affected by job selling, given that many migrants are vulnerable if they disclose their involvement?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, as the member should know, as he is Labour's immigration spokesman, I changed instructions in June last year to direct officials to turn their turrets on employers, not employees. I've also introduced legislation increasing penalties for those legally working in New Zealand who are subject to exploitation. And I note the member's press release yesterday where he said, I have had constituents, friends and acquaintances tell of many examples of where the intermediary business or registered practitioner has engaged in job selling. Well, if that member wants to get rid of his reputation as the least energetic member of this House, I suggest he goes to those people and gives them the Crime Stoppers number.
Member will resume his seat.
Order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order.
Point of order. Grant Robertson.
Mr. Speaker, you stood on your feet and to sit the member down, which was the right course of action. The member continued speaking for some time, not unlike what the Prime Minister did earlier, and if people are going to disobey your rulings like that, it will lead to disorder in the House.
I fully accept the point the member is making. I'll take this opportunity of reminding all members, if I rise to my feet, it's essential that the member resumes his seat. To give the Minister the benefit of the doubt, he may well have been concentrating on an answer that was unhelpful to the order of the House, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't see me rise to my feet. But in the future, all members must resume their seat as soon as I rise to my feet. Further supplementary? Supplementary
yes,
question.
There is, Mr. Speaker.
Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
The member will keep for another debate.
The member will also simply
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given the views of those working in the field that job selling is now endemic, why will the Minister not immediately establish an inquiry into the abuse of our immigration system with appropriate immunity granted to those who come forward?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, Mr. Speaker, because I'm satisfied that no such review is necessary. The investigation is going on. If the member will listen, the case that was the subject of the Campbell Live expose on the last two evenings was referred to Immigration New Zealand by an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers. It's a pretty simple process to pick up the phone and dial an 0800 number to alert immigration authorities to the potential for this behaviour going on, and I encourage the member to communicate with his constituents just that type of behaviour.
Supplementary.
Before I call the member, can I ask for a little less of a barrage coming from members to my left when an answer is being given to a question that's been raised by a member of the opposition? Supplementary question, Darian Fenton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, what steps has he taken to prevent job selling in the Christchurch rebuild, given there have already been cases of migrant worker exploitation and reports of job selling offshore?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
I'm certainly aware of some issues in respect to the Philippine diaspora in the Christchurch area, and the Philippines ambassador and I visited the city late last year to talk to employers, employees and the Chamber of Commerce. I'm also working with my colleague, the Minister of Labour, on a set of standards for employers in respect of the employment of foreign migrant workers, and I'm satisfied that the message has got out in the Canterbury community that anybody who has information about illegal activity can safely contact the authorities in order that those claims be investigated.
That concludes questions for answer. I call